G'day mate, and welcome to Victoria 3's very first cringe of a video in which I'm going to speak with an Australian accent. It's a joke. I'm not going to do that to you, okay? I'm not that kind of a person. I would never add cringe to my videos. This never happened in any video before, nor will I begin doing that right now. Come on, alright? Do you even know what you're watching here? So anyway, boys, we're playing as New South Wales today because Old South Wales was busy, so we just shut up, alright? Just click the button. Let's start this adventure, shall we? Before anybody notices the missing kangaroos here. What happened to the kangaroos? Nobody knows. Nobody will ever find out. We put them over in West Australia's lands to eat their chicken. Because everybody knows kangaroos eat chicken. That's the main diet that kangaroos have. Totally. Trust me. I've read it in a magazine once. My boys, New South Wales is a very special nation because it is better than Old South.
This needs to stop now.
Okay, enough with the Old South Wales jokes. No, for real though, New South Wales has a lot of potential to form Australia. And not only to form Australia, but it also has a ton of migration that we will be using to our advantage. All of that migration we're going to use to conquer the British land. And no, we're going to use the migrants to make the world a better place, alright? That's what we're doing here. People migrate to our country for a better world, for establishing a proper future for their families, and yada yada. Let's see what the military tech we can research to deal with our neighbors. That's what we're gonna be doing. All right, looks like we actually have pretty decent tech. Holy snaps! We start with line infantry and mobile artillery. Whoosh, magadaboo. All right, that says it all. Let's see how many troopers we got. We got 4 insanely overpowered boys, and our neighbors have 1 and 1. So we both know what that means. It means we gonna be attacking everybody here. Nobody believes in confederating here. We believe in taking stuff by force. That's what I personally believe in. In order to form Australia, we just need a few of these lands here. Now we can do it the old-fashioned way of researching nationalism and then, you know, becoming a strong nation, confederating with these nations, or researching nationalism and conquering everybody else, alright? Granted, it's probably better to just do it peacefully, not even joking. I'm doing it aggressively because otherwise I'll get bored in this playthrough and I want to have something fun to do, okay? Let me have my fun. Let me just enjoy. It's my playthrough, alright? It's mine. So, let's check what we have. We have absolutely no urban buildings. Oh, God. Not a single one. We start with 1 wheat farm and 4 livestock ranches. Whew. Okay, that is going to be very interesting. We don't even have wood to build stuff. Alrighty, my boys. Time to get some wood going. Let's get 4 wooden camps. I guess I'm gonna need a construction sector as well. So let's alt-click for the... No, I cannot even alt-click for the construction sector because that would bankrupt me. I'm only getting 288 pounds. So it really would bankrupt me. Oh boy. This is probably one of the tougher starts, isn't it? Let's go with a little bit of tax on liquor, and I don't want to go to high tax. Oh, fine. I'll do high taxation for the time being, because I need it. And I am going to be researching nationalism because it's only 35 months and it's going to help out a lot. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't be conquering these lands considering my economy so schnaps. Maybe instead I should be improving with these lands so that I can confederate with them. Alright, I guess no fun for me in the first part of the campaign, is there? Feels bad, man. Feels real bad, or as they say in Australia, feels real Kiwi. Feels real Kiwi. They totally say that. Trust me, I just made it up. Oh, come on! Why does Western Australia view me with antagonistic... I'm gonna stop improving with you. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be damaging relations with you, Western Australia. I'm gonna confederate with everybody around me except for you. That's right, you're gonna pay for your insolence, Australia, Western Australia. Let's check our government. Holy mother of God, we have 13 legitimacy. It's a time to reform it. There you go. Click yes button. Gives us 92%, and literally everybody is in the government now except the intelligentsia. That means we probably have a lot of legislation. We do. Oh my God, we start with some really good laws. Holy schnapps. All right, let's go with colonial affairs. Let's go with colonial resettlement, actually, because I want to get the migration attraction in unincorporated states, and I'm not going to incorporate the other parts of Australia that are not already incorporated after I conquer them, essentially. Now, I'm going to be lowering the tax simply so I actually get a little bit more incentive for people to arrive in these brave new lands, totally not full of venomous snakes, spiders, and little green men. Talking about aliens, okay? Ah, yes, the good old rebellion is about to start. Well, no, only 64% maximum progress. That's fine. Colony growth speed enactment. Oh, no. We don't want that. Force him to step down. Ronald Hiscock, really, has been having a secret affair with a member of the clergy. Oh, we cannot have a clergyman have relations. That's unbelievable. You should resign right now, sir. I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes. Looks like we need some tools as well. And I think I am not going to be attacking anyone for a while, so I'm going to switch this over to no infantry and irregular units. When we decide to attack someone, roughly 1 year before we attack them, we will switch on over back to line infantry. But until that point, it's no use wasting our money on an army that we're not really using, so we're not going to do that. I'm also going to queue up 1 cotton plantation so I get extra fiber. Cotton gives you a ton of fiber, and because right now we have no construction method because we don't have a construction sector. Holy mother of God, dude. All right, we need to queue up a construction sector. Let's go. Alt click, boys, and this revolution stopping at 74. Beautiful. That means we can also establish a colony over here, so we colonize New Garg, and we can also do the same for New Zealand. Essentially, we do the North and the South Islands of New Zealand, bring them into the fold, and we colonize it before anybody else does. My biggest fear, honestly, is that somebody else is going to colonize this before me. Another reason I went for colonial resettlement first is because it's the easiest way to get a ton of population. So for example, after we finish with this, I'm going to colonize Celebesi, and this here has more population than my entire country has. It's the best way to approach Australia. Basically, don't wait for people to arrive to your country. Go take them by force, bring them over to your lands. That's what I'm saying here. Let's also try and go for a professional army. I'm not 100% sure this is gonna actually pass. We have, right now, what's the progress? 12%. Maybe. Let's see. We actually enacted the previous one at 11%, if I'm not mistaken. So luck is definitely on our side. That's for sure on this campaign.
2 seconds later.
Well, looks like luck was not on this side. We went down to 2%. Yeah, no, screw that, man. We're changing this. We're going with a health system. Charity hospitals. Why not? Wait, no. How much bureaucracy is one institution right now? 10 bureaucracy. I can get 2 institutions. Yeah, no, I'm going to go for healthcare. Healthcare means more people are going to get more interested in our lands, and we get 24% chance of enacting it, so it's really not that bad. And our construction method is now wooden building frames, which means we use fabric and wood in order to construct stuff. We got the wooding camps. We're building up the cotton plantation for the fabric to follow, and let's get something that's actually going to give us money, like sugar. Actually, no, we probably want to get some of this here. Yes, there you go. Tools. We definitely need tools. Let's bring 1 tool in New South Wales. And we actually have a lot of authority points. Let me encourage migration in Victoria. No. Let's go with promote social mobility. Actually, we want to make our people a little bit smarter. We don't want to have just many people. We want to have smart people in our country, let's say. Hey, this passed at 44%. A beauty fell. Let's go ahead and see the next legislation now. Police force. Go for the dedicated police force. I would love to do that, actually. And speaking of, I would also love to get a government administration, since I do not have one right now, and I think one in Victoria should do for the time being. Also, boys, check it out. Our population is increasing massively. We went up to 400,000 already, and we just unlocked nationalism. We're about to get central banking, so I'm gonna force it to finish researching it a little bit faster. We're getting 70 to 112 from both the actual investment as well as the passive technological spread, so it's a lot faster than it would otherwise be. Let's go down to production now. Atmospheric engine is something we need for sure. Boom shakalaka, boys. 1 more legislation was passed also. I like that I'm getting my legislations passed insanely fast. Right now, the only one I can also try and go for is National Guard. All the other legislations are basically a step backwards. nothing progressive that we want to go for. So we also need to reform our government a little bit. That means we will have to eventually switch from wealth voting to census suffrage or universal suffrage. Anything is better. Also gonna queue up an iron mine in New South Wales, but it looks like I actually have some issues with market access in New South Wales. So because of that, I'm going to cancel my promote social mobility here, and I'm going to encourage road maintenance in New South Wales. That brings us up to 96% market access, way better than 75 that we had before. And we're also actually making bank right now. We went up to 8,000. What? A lot of that is from minting. Oh, we got gold fields in New South Wales. Oh, that is going to be a godsend. Oh my lord. We can eventually upgrade that to gold mines later down the line, I guess. And we also just got National Guard, a beauty fell. Let's get coal mine. We don't really have many employees though. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch on over from all of this stuff, and I'm gonna try and get some paper mills going in my capital. We're going to need paper because we're going to have the admin buildings finished soon, and then we're going to need paper produced domestically rather than importing it from the British, because we are a part of the British market now, by the way. There you go. All of us are a part of the British market, and it's probably the best market right now. Glass seems to be in high demand, so let's build some glass factories in Victoria too. I'm essentially trying to build a little bit of everything so I have my own domestic products going, so that afterwards, once I break away from the British, I don't need to, you know, fall apart because I'm not producing anything locally. And we're surprisingly still gaining a little bit of momentum with our economy. So let's build a couple more construction sectors. I don't have too much population, so I cannot really build too many construction sectors either from that perspective. So I'm just going to do one for now. I have to say that out of all the countries I've played in Victoria 3 so far, Australia has the slowest progress out of all of them. By far the slowest progress, and it's kind of nice, you know, like I'm really enjoying this. It's a slow pace, not too aggressive as I kind of wanted it to be at the start, but hey, I adapt, right? And look at that, we got 15 standard of living, absolutely crushing it. Plus we went to 1.1 million domestic product. Just realized that's my product. I thought that's my population earlier. I don't know what's wrong with me, but hey, population wise we did go up to 454,000, so we are doing super well for ourselves right now. The fact that I'm only losing 500 right now, even though I built a second construction sector, tells me that I can probably sustain a third construction sector. So let's build a third one also. Alt click in Victoria once more. Slowly, we're inching towards a proper country, essentially. And, well, a proper economy, really. Great part is that we're also researching railways, which is really going to help out a lot, because obviously we don't have too many people in our country, and obviously that means we have to make the most out of the people that we have. So having a more automated system with railways, better production methods which use less population, means that we can produce a lot more products with less people. So not only are we going to grow in an economy, but we're also going to make people rich, increase the standard of living, and just everything gets way better. Also, have to say the people love us. Look at that. Only 8,000 radicals and 113,000 loyalists. So that is a juice. Plus, we're getting more and more people migrating to our country by the freaking month. Ooh, there's a chance that we could go for total separation of church and state. That means we would be getting a ton of migrants if we pass this, so fingers crossed, boys. And we also have to reform our government. This time the industrialist intelligentsia and armed forces are in charge, and as consequence we increased our enactment chance by 15%. Oh my god, we actually might be getting total separation here. Holy snaps. Considering that we have right now minus 88 authority, it's time to remove some oh my god. I've had grain tax this whole time. Oh, my brain hurts. My brain hurts. My hurt brains. Yes, my hurt brains. I was losing 500 authority points from day one without realizing it. I thought that was services, man. Okay, well, we're changing the grain tax to services tax, and we're adding on top of that some luxury clothing tax and some luxury furniture tax, because if you're gonna be rich in my country, you're gonna pay the tax, mofos, alright? That's how it works here. Come on. Actually, I'm gonna cancel one of these taxes, and I'm gonna use the authority points to encourage road maintenance in Victoria. And speaking of road maintenance, it is time for us to build some actual railways. Let's start with Victoria 1 and New South Wales 1 as well. I'm noticing that South Australia and Western Australia are getting less and less population whilst I'm getting more. I feel like everybody from these two countries are literally just migrating to my lands because it's a better country, alright? That's why, because they love me. And let's also try and go for cultural exclusion. We already managed to get a massive wave of migrants from the Bosnian lands, which really helped us out so much. We got actually 100,000 people from that, so that's a massive push. You can see over here, it really looks like a big spike in population just happened. What's our population makeup right now? Let's go to cultures, and we got Aboriginal the highest, Australian second highest, Bosnians, 87,000 Bosnians in our lands. Oh my god, that's insane, dude. Almost 100,000 Bosnians have arrived. Oh my god, literally it's actually about to become 100,000 Bosnians have arrived in our country right now. And time to take 2 with the professional army. This time it's 57% support, not like 2%, so it's better now. Let's also increase our taxes a bit. Should I increase the taxes or should I lower? No, I'm gonna increase the taxes just for a little while. I'll bring it down after a couple of months. And we just reached 2 million GDP, as well as 86% chance of enacting professional army. Suffice to say, we don't have the best luck with this particular legislation for some reason. I don't know, is the game trying to tell us something about the famous Australian army? I'm just asking, you know, it's just a question. Does seem like furniture is in super high demand, so I'm gonna build a second furniture manufacturer in Victoria to boost up my income, which is not doing that great right now. We got 400,000 credit, which is not bad. It could be a lot worse than that, trust me. So we're getting up there. We're getting to the point where we can actually pay for our debt very, very soon. And we've also gotten to the point where we can enact census suffrage. Another reason why people are going to love migrating to our country even more, because, you know, they get the option of actually being able to vote now. It's not just some sweaty dude that's been elected into his position, or some landlord that's voting for everybody. You know, there's options. We're a land of the free, you could say, I guess. The Patriotic Party. Ooh, I see what's going on here. These boyos here want to join the Patriots. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys get out of here. Get out of my government. And let's click confirm. Now we got Patriotic Party, Rural Folk, Conservatives, and the Free Trade Party in our country. What a great mix-up of different... Oh, no! No! What on earth is happening here? We got 2 revolts? No, it's only 1 revolt. Would be a shame if, say, somebody was to take advantage of this, wouldn't it? Guaranteed liberties. Hot diggity dog, don't mind if I do. 8% chance. All right, let's see. The big problem, though, is not the fact that it's 8% chance. It's the fact that my government right now is only at 58% legitimacy. So that means that I'm not really getting the ticks as fast as I would otherwise if I had 100% legitimacy. That's the big actual problem right now. But on the bright side, and you always got to look at the bright side, we did reach 1 million population and still growing with only 3,000 people unemployed. A lot of peasants, though. Let's give them some jobs, shall we? Oh, New South Wales went up to 60,000 people. Holy mother of God. All right, let's get 4 wheat farms in New South Wales in that case. I can declare more interest. No way. All right, let's get the interest here so we can colonize Celebesi next. Pretty much like modern Australia colonizing Indonesia, you know, with those sweet trips to Bali. You know who you are. I've been to Bali, boys. The amount of people in Bali is like this. 80% locals, 18% Australians, and then the rest. Pretty sure in the future they're gonna annex Bali and make it a state of the Australian Federation for strategic tourism reasons. We do need more railways as well, so let's go ahead and get 2 more here and 1 more in Queensland. I am using transport in order to lessen the amount of population working in the various fields right now. And to use transport means that I need tickets. And to get tickets, I need trains and transport. Railways, I guess. Time to also build some more lumber camps as well whilst we're at this. And let's, speaking of, build a couple over here since we don't really have any actual industry going on the New Zealand parts. Time to get some fishing wharfs for all that juicy fish and chips, a delicacy in our lands and in the old lands as well. I was gonna say something else, but I don't want to get demonetized. You'll never know what I was gonna say. You'll never know it. Never. Okay? It's forbidden knowledge for you. Nitroglycerone. Well, this seems like something I'm really gonna be having fun with. Wait, did the British actually lose the war against the natives? Oh my god, they actually lost! They're making the British pay war reparations, bruh! Oh, I think this might actually be my cue. Would anyone support my independence now? I think I might have to improve relations first with the French, maybe with the Prussians as well. I'll give it a little bit more time. I'll wait until I'm strong enough. Strong enough to live with... No, live without you. Actually, that makes sense. Strong enough to live without you, the British Empire. I knew what I was going for somehow in the back of my mind. Also, after the most recent patch, France does not snowball as much as it did before. It usually stays right behind the British like it does in my particular playthrough here. And Qing with the East India are above everybody else. Also, let's get more construction sector. Let's get 3 of them actually, for that matter. If we manage to get our hands on laissez-faire, that's going to be a massive breakthrough for us economically speaking, since it means that we're going to have a debt-based economy, if I can call it that, which in turn means pretty much infinite amount of playing around with debt and using that debt to build up our industry, to pay off the debt, to take more debt. It's a debt world, let's just say, okay? Curious what the rest of the world looks like. Looks like US did not get its hand on Texas, nor did Mexico for that matter. Still, South America looks very, very typical on the other hand, and Europe also pretty standard. I don't see anything that's absolutely mind-blowing or anything of the sorts. Fairly decent game, I'd say. Better yet, fairly historic game, I guess. I like how most of my radicals are over in the Northern Territory, which is the area in which I quite literally did not build schnapps. These people are angry because I haven't been giving them jobs, essentially. Just like modern people, right guys? Modern people angry because they're not working their asses off every single day of the week. It's always a good idea to check what exactly is in high demand in your particular market. So right now, if you click over here and you sort by market price, art is in super high demand, as well as clippers, hardwood, explosives, and so on. So I'm building a clippers or shipyard, actually, not a clippers manufacturing. And I'm gonna follow that up with a fine arts building, or what is this called? An arts academy, for that matter. There you go. Right after the clippers, let's build that in New South Wales. The famous Fine Arts Academy of Sydney. Or better yet, Canberra. Oh, we have Canberra, actually. Oh, damn. When was Canberra established, actually? I'm curious now. I remember that there was a lot of debate between making either Sydney or Melbourne the capital of Australia. And then they just decided, oh, you know, instead of making either of those the capital, why don't we build a brand new city in the middle of a swamp in between them? Makes a lot of sense if you really think about it, right? Right, guys? Hot damn, building that arts academy made me get up to 6,000 on the positive with my economy. Holy snaps, I'm building a second arts academy. We're gonna be the nation that produces all the art for the entire British market, essentially, okay? This is where all the artists are gonna come. That's it. That's where they're gonna come. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible human being. And looks like we can also get universal suffrage, which, by the way, means that everybody suffers universally. That's what that means, guys. At least that's what I thought it meant when I was a kid, all right? Don't judge me. I was a kid. What do you want? Oh, we need tools? We got that big of a tool shortage? Really? Where's my tools at? Yo, I need to queue up my tools quick. Oh, no. I have such a massive shortage of tools, bro. Oh, British capitalist revolt. If this doesn't say best moment to break away, I don't know what does. This actually explains my shortage. I'm getting the shortage because the engines and all the stuff that I need are on the side that I'm not on, essentially. And it looks like that side's actually winning right now, the war. That must have been the shortest war imaginable. Slowly, universal suffrage is getting out of our hand here. It's going down by 0.1 every few weeks. Oh my god, this is horrible. Oh no, it went up actually this time. Fair enough. I'm actually a little bit confused as to how the industrialists and the rural folk would work so well together that we would get 100% legitimacy here for our government. That just, it doesn't make too much sense to me, you know what I'm saying? I want to show you guys how important it is to have the extra 100% migration attraction from the colonization policy Check out the province of South Island in New Zealand. We got 47,000 extra migrants projected simply from the extra migration attraction here because it is an unincorporated state and it's obviously still being colonized. To keep that into perspective, this has 200,000 pops now, whilst the state of Queensland has 125,000 because it is an incorporated state, so it's got a lot less migration compared to the other one. You know, I initially said it as a meme, but honestly, by just spamming art academies around the entire country, not just in Canberra, I've went up to 9.2 million GDP, and my economy is kind of booming once in a while. You know, it's really not that bad. Are we really becoming the art industry of the world? Art industry, is that even a thing? So I'm building another 7 gold mines, followed by an extra 5 food industries and so on. But the thing that really skyrocketed our economy is not necessarily the gold mines, which did play a part, of course. But the thing that really helped us so much is the fact that we switched to proportional taxation a couple of years ago. And ever since, we've been massively enjoying the extra money. The economic snowball has really picked up now. We got 60 construction sectors, which means we're actually property building now. And we need to because we have a massive growing population. Speaking of, I'm curious what my cultures are looking like now. We got 700,000 Australians and 300,000 Aboriginals, followed by the Irish, Central Americans, Afro-Americans, Greeks, Serbians, English, and so on. That is a very, very unique makeup. That's definitely a very unique one. I've also queued up a few arms industries, munition plants, and after that, I'm gonna queue up some barracks. It's time that we do our independence war. I've tried a few times to do an independence war, and I failed, so I just reloaded the save, of course. So now I'm gonna do it, and this time I'm gonna rely on my own troops rather than my allies' troops, which is what I did in the past. So I'm gonna have, say, 20 of my own regiments. That should be enough to secure the surrounding states, but I still will have to get an ally to help me against the English troops on the mainland in Europe, which very likely is going to be France. They almost always help me out with that. Suffice to say, I'm a little bit behind with my independence war, but I have switched over to steel frame buildings, and as consequence, I've queued up a ton more steel factories as well as glass works to keep up with the extra demand in glass and steel for the industry. And also as consequence, we're rapidly increasing in rank here. We're 16th in the world and growing. By GDP, we're actually higher than that. We're almost on the same level as the Ottoman Empire, despite only having 4 actual states, not counting the territories. I did start colonizing, of course, the islands here. I've also started colonizing Papua New Guinea, because I can and I want to, and there's oil there eventually. And my army is definitely a lot bigger now. We went up to, let's see how many units, 10 and 10 units. Let me increase these guys to level 2 rank at least. I think I'm gonna need 3 actually, because I'm gonna have 3 fronts. Oh, what? No! Oh, screw you, Western Australia. You just ate South Australia. I hate them so much right now. I knew I should have been nice to everybody and done it the diplomatic way. I guess I'm a little bit of a pepega sometimes. Well, on the bright side, I don't need a 3rd general. I only have 2 fronts, one with West Australia, one with Tasmania. So 2 generals is enough. I'm going to get more units though. I've also switched over to the skirmish and mobile artillery a while back. I think it's been a year now actually. But I'm still going to wait for a little while because I want to get more units before the war. Say, start the war with about 40, 50 units. Now I know people are going to be in the comment section. Why didn't you just confederate with them peacefully, Ludi? Why you have to be Pepega Lord? Hey man, this is my game, okay? My main focus in this game is building art academies, alright? That's how I grew my economy in the first place. This is an art academy only country, alright, bro? Alright, guys, this is the big moment we've been waiting for. We got 50,000 going for us. We got 34 million GDP. We're actually 11th in the world. So we're almost a great power, you could say. And we've got the backing of the United States. So it is time to get our independence. We might even get the French on our side and kick some British butts. I tried to have an independence war with the British a few times. Sadly, I'm constricted by the fact that they actually increased relations with me passively and I didn't pay attention to it. So I gotta lower the relations before the independence war, okay? And I'm taking advantage of that time to just build up my economy and just get ridiculously strong. I'm already 10th on the great power list here. With minimal effort, it's mostly just art academies and a lot of mines. We've actually developed our iron and coal mines massively now. Speaking of, I probably should just increase my construction sectors. I haven't done that as much. I've just switched over to the steel frames, but I really should just build more construction sectors. I have to say though that I hate the fact that I haven't had the independence war yet, and I also hate the fact that the reason I haven't had the independence war is because they were nice to me, man. Come on. This whole relations system, I'm not a fan, alright? I want to declare war even if we have good relations. I mean, just make it realistic, okay? Also, check it out. Our capital already went up to 25 million GDP by itself. We're basically producing half of our country's economy from one state. And it also has 2.7 million population now. Oh yeah, and Van Diemen's Land annexed Western Australia, but look at that. They only have 5 million GDP and 1.5 million population compared to us. We're like half and half, split in half basically, Australia. But we got the good side of Australia. Well, we made the good side of Australia. I really like it how the more we go into the game, as in the more we go into the late game, the more certain resources are required, like lead over here and sulfur. And boy, do we have a ton of lead and sulfur in Australia. I don't even have the whole of Australia, and I'm able to build a lot of it. So I definitely think this country has a lot of potential. I did make a few mistakes in this run. I really should have just pushed for the diplomatic play rather than do a mix of both and then end up with nothing and Van Diemen here taking half of Australia. But hey, we'll fix stuff. The fun part is when you make mistakes and you fix that schnapps, and then you just enjoy the schnapps out of your particular campaign, okay? Oh my lord, finally we managed to get to below relations with the Brits. Now I can get my independence. Oh my lord. For real, man. I made a massive mistake by not doing this earlier. And good old France, again, is going to help me if I give them a treaty port in Travancore. Don't mind if I do. Let's set up our generals by the border with Van Diemen's Land as well. Watch my boys absolutely crush the Van Diems. Take that, you scumbag Van Donsky. Oh, is that the actual... Oh, what is this? This is British India? British Raj! Be gone from my land. Australia is only New South Wales-ish. Whatever. Oh my god, I'm even kicking the British units' asses. Hot diggity dongalong. They did not see this coming, did they? I was ready for this war, though. I was ready about freaking 10-15 years ago even. Now, we did get our independence, but it did come at a price because our economy is absolutely dog schnapple right now. We need to fix our economy because we're out of the British market. We don't have a lot of the basic materials. We've been building a lot of finite goods, let's say, and we don't have like sugar that much. We don't have wood. We don't have all of this stuff. So I have to switch my production from textiles and from groceries and art all the way back, and I have to start building my basic stuff, which is wood camps, farms, and all that schnapps, because I thought I had some, but I definitely did not have enough because my economy is absolutely tanking because of the lack of those particular input goods. So that's what we're going to work on, but before anything else, we're also going to be forming the nation of Australia. All right, I guess we're just going to fix our economy and form Australia after we finish colonizing the rest of the lands around us, which should be fairly fast. And we've gotten the 7th state now that we've finished the South Island, which means we can form Australia, the best Australia in the horse, okay? There you go, boys. My first Australia. I'll probably revisit and do a better job next time I play this, whenever the next patch comes out, most likely. But I have to say, I did not expect art academies to be as powerful as they were. I was literally basing half of my economy on art academies when I was a part of the British market, which is why I basically ignored the basic industry, which I shouldn't have. I should have had a nice balance between the two, but hey, it is what it is. If you guys enjoyed this video, you're gonna love this Japan video up next. And I want to give a massive thank you to all of my patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers. I would not be able to do this without all your support. If anybody else would like to also support me, you will find the links in the description.